Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mice, 2 hours, starting now.
And is it good now?
I believe it is. Except for I've got a very serious case of helicopter overhead. So
yeah, I have it over. It's interesting. Do you live near me? Because I hear it.
Good. Well, at least I know it's after you then. So I just hope our listeners won't start feeling like Ray Liotta at the end of Goodfellas. By the end
yes, and stop swatting me, asswipe, S-sweep-A. Don't swat me anymore. You understand what I'm saying? You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, no,
I can hear you.
Can't hear me? Not funny?
Yeah. You just didn't have to step on me to get to yours, is the thing.
Oh, are you talking about the... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I stepped on you.
Uh-huh. Wow.
The doctor says I'm
sounds like you need a new starter.
It's not turning over, asshole. It's not turning over, Josh.
Not turning over.
Well, is it the starter or is it the rheostat?
You might need a solenoid.
I think we both came up with actual words.
We did.
Not just actual words. They're somewhere near the starter, probably.
The solenoid is actually connected to the starter. I know this because I once had a car that the only way to start the car was to go to the solenoid and touch a wire or a screwdriver to it to cause a spark. Thus,
can I ask you a question? Does the helicopter have a baseball card and a spoke of a tire?
I think it does. Yes.
I've heard them before. Are they actually shooting people? That must be what it is.
I think they're doubling as leaf blowers right now.
Does that mean they're really watching us closely because things are going well here?
I think so. I think it might be security for us.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks, Sherman Oaks PD. Encino PD. Am I allowed to take sips of coffee? I don't know. Of course I am.
Sips of coffee, fine. The mooing I like to cut down on.
I don't think it's either of those. I think it's the waka-boogle. Do you know that when I was driving into Wallam Meadows with my friend Andy Rogo when I first graduated college?
None of that sounds real, by the way.
Okay, I know it's made up, but at least it's memorized.
Right.
God damn. Incoming! Get over there! Hot lips! Radar, will you stop bothering me? I'm trying to operate on Josh while the helicopter's overhead.
Then don't ask me about what happened to Colonel Blake.
I have an announcement to make. We're operating. It better not be that Colonel Blake died. You
put a mask on at least.
Hey, did you hear about my new idea for a show? I'm just trying out a joke on you. You ready?
I am. I'm braced.
The Masked 90-Day Fiancé. Masked 90-Day Fiancé. So you have 90 days to decide, and you have to be socially distanced and masked. Okay, and here's the comedy. The comedy comes now.
All right.
Okay, and then when they got home, they were all dressed in funny outfits, and they went, "I'm a cute top." No, that's not what I meant. Damn it! It still might be too early, Josh.
I love her, but it turns out I can't stand her beard. I think it's something like that.
What if this is too early? What if we need to make? Well, it's only this early today because you have things you have to do.
I have things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got things. Yeah. What things? I heard things. What things? Things. What? What did you things? I heard things.
Is that from a thing?
That's from a things.
Is that from an actual living bit?
It's from a thing.
No, it sounds like a Woody Allen bit almost.
No, it's a Scorsese thing.
I just wanted to tell you something. Oh, okay. Which movie?
It's Raging Bull.
Oh, okay. I just want to tell you something. There's a lot of controversy. People are saying a lot of still terrible things. I think Woody Allen is maybe the greatest human being that's ever been living in America. What do you think? Too soon, Too soon, yeah, too soon, yeah, too soon, yeah, too soon, yeah.
I think you finally honed in on the subtleties of it.
That's the thing. A lot of people, when they do comedy, they overplay it.
Yeah, you go less
Not
is more.
me.
Less is more is your mantra.
Less is more.
Actually, less is more is your ma.
That's very good.
I made less.
It took me till you said it to get it, though. It took me that long.
Would mon?
So
should I gone mon?
No, just my mind freezes in general.
Okay.
I get panicked. I smell bacon a lot, and also I smell metal.
That's good. If you taste copper, cash it in.
If you taste copper,
cash it in.
That's if you taste copper and you're testing a battery, that's fine.
Right.
Oh my God! I swear to God, somebody better get shot at the end of this. Humor about those helicopters. Hey, you know who I found out it was? A helicopter mom. It's a helicopter mom.
Really?
Can you believe it?
Yeah. There's a lot of parenting going on overhead.
Josh, I don't want to frighten you, but that helicopter is playing. He's got a flying ice cream truck.
I was going with Ride of the Valkyries in my head, but you know, turkey in the straw is a better way to go.
Is that ba 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 da boo boo ba ba da bing? But that's a good song for a Nazi.
It is.
Do you think he hated Jews while he was writing it, or just at the end of it he remembered how much he hated Jews?
I think there was Jew hatred throughout.
Look at the Jew. Get that Jew. He's like a pest. It's like a pestilence. They're like rats. Andy, can you take that again? Which part? The part where you go, they're like rats?
Also the wedding march, the Here Comes the Jews that he did.
Here comes the Jew. Go get here, round up the Jews. We put the Jews in a ghetto in their very own country they're living.
Step on a wine glass.
Can we still step on wine glasses after Kristallnacht? I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm on fire.
You made a connection there, which is nice. That's more than happens at night.
With my wife on our wedding night, and not our wedding night. With my penis.
Wow.
On
that's
Tuesday.
That's putting too soft a point on it.
Oh, nice you squaring up your little droopy picture. Oh, you're all high on that still. Getting the picture of me and my penis side to side or something. Animated. Was that you?
Yes, because it was a UFO in your pants joke. So it was, it was droopy as a spaceman was what it was.
Well, I didn't even get that part.
Yeah. Well, whose fault is that really?
Mine.
Okay.
It's my fault. But I gotta tell you something. You know what's even better than Twitter? Me describing what happened on Twitter.
It really is.
And then she said to me, then this one guy comes in and he goes, "You're an idiot." So I says to him, "Really, stupid?"
Get this guy calling me an idiot.
Yeah. I've got more followers than him, I says.
Let me retweet this insult.
Then someone says, "What does it matter how many followers you have?" And I said, "Oh, go fuck yourselves, all of you, you stupid."
Is that when you started losing followers?
Yeah, I lost 3,000 followers. Does anyone know why? 2,000 maybe. Do you know why?
No.
I was hoping you would tell me you lost some too.
I have theories.
No, it can't be those theories. I've been doing nothing. I've been boring the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, you did a Sam what's-his-face thingy the other day I saw.
Yeah, but that implies that I had 2,000 people who were big Sam Harris fans.
Yeah, I don't know. No, that wasn't part of my theory. I'm just saying you haven't been silent.
I think the point that you're making is there could be so many different reasons.
You did do a 4 a.m. combo promo of both our show and your cameo.
Look, I don't even usually mention the podcast. First of all, I think that your message to me was effective.
Yeah.
Because I have not gotten one gig from that horrible early morning.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
tweet.
4 a.m. promos is not really the way to go.
What am I thinking? I'm not thinking?
Scrolling medium.
Maybe I'm not thinking.
I think
you ever think of that?
I think you're embarrassed, and you're burying it. Yeah.
Oh, hey, do you ever sneak in? I try to sneak in a couple of retweets without saying anything. Do you do that?
What do you mean?
Retweet your own thing if you did it at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. I'll give something a second show.
Something sad about it all.
No, it's not. It's a scrolling medium, goddammit.
Oh, okay. So it's a scrolling medium. So what you're saying is it scrolls. You either have to catch the wave or you don't catch the wave.
Exactly.
But if something,
but I do before I forget, and I know this was an important point you were going to make, but this is for your own good. This point, I did in fact click on your Cameo page, and I have a strong piece of advice for you.
It doesn't tell how much money I've made, does it?
No.
Okay.
This is about just cinema.
Oh, do I have a? Okay. Talk to me.
Get the camera up at least to eye level. Stop.
Well, what am I doing?
You're looking down into the camera, and you could look 20% more handsome and 10% less crazy if you just raise the camera up.
I got the camera's up in my head. Okay. Well,
no, look at all your samples. They're all you looking down at the camera.
Okay, I'll pick it up. I know to do that. It's just that I don't know why I don't do this much. I when I do use my laptop, I always have to get books to bring it up. So.
Well, put another book in.
All right. Well, sometimes I've been doing them on the go now too. So you never know with me.
I know. I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
Because it'll make that murderer's row of previous cameos look a lot better.
I have to replace them. Is that what I do?
No, you'll just the next 4 you do right, and boom.
Boom! All of a sudden, he's handsome.
Boom! Plus you got $100 in your pocket.
Well, my feelings were only slightly hurt, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think
I'm ugly.
I don't
I'm
think your
old.
feelings could play.
All I can see is my crepe paper mache neck. It's made of paper mache. I found out.
Yes.
Do you know that my neck has the pliability of like sour cream? I didn't realize that. All right. Well, that's fine. Thank you for the thing.
It looks like my neck was made at an omelet station.
The nice thing is that a man who's 64 can take criticism and not let it ruin the rest of the podcast.
I would say that was much more in the realm of pro tip than it was in the realm of criticism.
I didn't really know. Is a pro tip from a pro to a non-pro, or is that what it is?
Yeah.
Right.
A pro tip, as I always say, is just a life hack with a job.
I don't really know what a life hack is. A lesson you've learned from life, right?
No, a life hack is, hey, use paper bag twisty ties to clean out your sock drawer.
Oh, it's a thing about life. It relates to life.
Right.
But why do they call it a hack?
Because hacking something means to work around its existing form to make it more efficient.
It's like me with my sexual dysfunction.
Right.
You got to work around it.
Right. You buy toys.
Well, okay. So I had something very important to say. It was so good too. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Something about me not being attractive. Something about me taking things personally. Something like, forget it.
Okay.
You know, the thing is, like, often I'll remember later and I go, do you know you spent 6 minutes pretending like you were having some kind of a stroke to try and, what was your point with that? Because I really wanted to say it. So what'd you do, Andy? This is me talking to myself. So I asked Josh what I was talking about, which he doesn't like, generally.
Or doesn't know, really, to be fair.
Doesn't know, generally. But I had something great. But it doesn't matter. Now I've ruined everything else. So, yes, I will take that advice. I certainly hope that that's not what stopped the flow of cameos.
No, I just think, it'll make your permanent record look better.
Here's what I remember.
St. Peter asked you how many cameos you did.
Will I get in if I've done less?
Hard to say.
Now, here's my question to you. I finally did remember what I was going to say, so it's not going to be bad. It's just going to be a letdown now.
All right. I'm laying out. I'm listening.
Isn't
I'm not
part
going to
of
interrupt you. I promise.
It doesn't part of you want to, like, sign up for one of those David Lynch things or one of those, or not Steve Martin's, because Steve Martin's is probably, but I can't believe that.
I know. I actually did. I actually did. I signed up for that a while back. The whole masterclass
with David Lynch.
Yeah, I've seen some of his. I've sampled.
Give me a report.
Some of them are good. Some of them aren't.
Okay,
it's really
well, was
simple. But there's enough stuff there. They're adding more that, it's kind of expensive. It's like $100 a year or something. But it was,
that's not crazy.
I think honestly, the first time I did it was before we did the movie. I watched Helen Mirren's film acting masterclass.
Well, that's cool. That's cool, right?
And I think a couple other acting things, just because, what the fuck? I have 2 weeks to be in a movie.
So are you saying that it's a like they're all under one umbrella, kind of?
Yeah,
like
it's a subscription.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they were all egomaniacs.
No.
Because I would not call anything I did a masterclass. Because if I called it that, people would be disappointed.
Honestly, I feel the same way. But then Gruber and I taught that masterclass, and it felt pretty good for it to be called that.
What were you teaching a masterclass?
We taught at the Harold Ramis Film School at Second City.
If you're going to make up the name of fake things, why don't you? I mean, I could do it too.
Okay.
I was over at the Ritz Brothers lean-to yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Belittle all you want, but I'm still the one teaching the master class at Second City.
The master class. Can I take a master class on being submissive? Boop, 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 sex. It's not even the right joke. I was supposed to do like a dominant, because I still think my joke about being
libido.
ZZ Bottom. So proud of that joke. I really think it's a good joke that I toured briefly in the 80s as ZZ Bottom.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sure.
It puts me down.
Yeah.
It makes people think that I'm submissive.
You gave ZZ Top a spin.
I met them at the Peterson Auto Museum once, or one of the guys,
Wow.
Charlie.
Don't museum drop like that.
Well, I used to do a wraparound show for TNT. That was a horrible show. It was a horrible show to do.
Dinner with a Jew, it was called, something like that?
No, it was called Real Time. Believe it or not, it was Real Time before Schmeckel had his show.
Sure.
I'm not saying I got there first or anything like that.
Yeah, you didn't name it.
No, but it was like those shows like Dinner and a Movie. It was like you're gonna supposedly watch me hosting a movie. I don't think anyone
from a mall.
The worst one I told you was when they made me go on an aircraft carrier, and they lied to me that it's like landing on a lake because they thought, and I kept yelling at them. People watching Top Gun don't care that I'm on an aircraft carrier. They don't care.
Did you get choppered onto the aircraft carrier?
Yes, no, I got C-130'd.
Oh wow.
And I think I told you because it was Steve Forbes was in the same trip that I was on, so I was. Like, if I died, I thought I wouldn't even be mentioned.
That's true of any crash. Come on.
What if it was me and, I'm trying to think of a comic who's not around anymore. If it was me and Lenny Schultz.
Yeah,
who died?
I'm sticking to it.
You still think they go with Lenny Schultz,
No,
Pascal's favorite?
I think, I think it would be 138 die in plane crash. End of story.
How about a hometown newspaper? The Whitestone Times.
Maybe the high school.
Favorite son, Andy Kindler, died like a sad clown visiting an aircraft carrier to do wraparounds for Top Gun.
Did you take no pleasure in visiting an aircraft carrier?
Oh, no, I did enjoy it. But when they lie to you and then the stuff you take doesn't...
Well, have you ever landed on a lake, Andy?
That's a good point. Well, also, no, I took Bonine and I had a thing on my wrist, but I still got sick. So that was the only thing that wasn't. It was like the C-130 goes from 1,000,000 miles.
You should have gone with Dramamine.
It's like It's like my mom's still alive. Andy, no, Bonine is much better than Dramamine. Bonine acts. I said, but this new Dramamine, it's like Dramamine 2. I think it's the same. No, Bonine. But that's before she stopped caring about things like that.
Sure.
Am I portraying her in a negative way? Because I love my mother.
I heard all I heard was love. I don't know what these
I don't know what
these other heartless bastards are hearing.
Well, since she's passed, I feel like she is kind of my fang.
Sure. She kind of was before.
But as I started to get into therapy, my barbs became more sharp.
Right.
Against my mom. Of course, my mom did not mirror me correctly, folks. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a regular person in the first few months of your life and you have a parent who's home, who's not severely depressed and probably not even in the room with you, but you want someone so that what your behavior is doing, you can see it mirrored back by your mother or father. I didn't get that, folks. Okay? Why is no one answering me or listening to me? You got that, Josh Elvis.
Yeah,
you got that.
I did, yeah.
Who was mentioning you that I did a podcast with who was mentioning you? Bob Cheska is a fan of yours, I believe.
Bob Cheska?
Okay, don't stop it. Just stop it. Something happened to me. I don't know what it was. It's like I think it's Parkinson's. I think I have Parkinson's
Okay.
now.
So it's not Bob Cheska?
It is. Do you know Bob Cheska?
I don't, but I'm always happy to hear that someone likes me.
Yeah, because he started talking about me. He was interviewing me. I brought up the thing, and he started talking about you with the thing, and so I'll have to find out. He's very interesting, very funny guy, very good guy. Oh God.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Also, I want to give you a tip, local pro tip.
Uh-huh.
The Whole Foods, that's the smaller Whole Foods.
The new one or the old one?
The old one.
Yeah.
It's got some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And then I said to the lady,
I think you're just excited to be back in a grocery store, frankly.
I think so. Here's what I did yesterday. It was so good, Josh. So I go, boy, I haven't been to the grocery store in so long. And nobody's really being that nice to me. I think I could blame it on the mask. Oh, they're being really nice, but I can't see it.
No, you missed the nice era.
Yeah.
You did.
First of all,
it was pretty great there for a while. Everyone was like, big space bubble, like, no, take your time, no, go ahead, look at all the chicken, look at every goddamn package of chicken.
Was it really that kind of a community?
It really was. It really was.
Oh,
a year ago, like a year ago, yes.
And helping an old lady over a thing of dish.
Please count the change out, please.
I wish I missed that part of humanity.
You did. It was a golden age in its way.
Now I'll tell you what it's like now. You pull out your Amazon card. There's no reception at their store, so you're not going to get the extra 10% Prime discount. Everyone's nervous. Right. And they don't want to touch my disgusting bags either, I notice.
Yeah, that's just habit. They didn't allow the bags, like I said, for a long time.
Right, but now when they push it towards the end, they kind of like go, they just kind of like, you kind of see them, they put stuff on their hands immediately after.
Right.
My disgusting bags. My disease. Because I'm not, Susan says the ones that you can wash, we should probably wash them.
Yeah, they'll still be repulsed.
So I finish up. I'm very nervous, and I finish up, and I walk out, and I feel a little bit lighter in my. And you know how I constantly check my pants,
sure,
and not for my penis, but for my wallet,
sure.
So I get out there. I walk about 100 yards, and I go, oh. Feels light. Well, I got the phone. I got that.
Okay.
No wallet.
But,
so I run back.
But we know it's on the counter at the checkout because you paid.
Yes, I run back as fast as I can. I think I knocked a grandmother about 30 feet.
Sure.
Shoved some people out.
Okay. She was trying to get you to sign a petition.
And it was right there. Right there. And I picked it up and I said, "Here's my wallet I left."
Right.
Nobody cared.
No.
It was like, they didn't go, "Boy, am I glad you got it, sir."
Right.
Then I asked them when they're closing. They're not closing that one.
No, we live in the grocery district.
But that one seems like it's deserted to me. I think they maybe have some plans.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with the most boring topics that you could possibly talk about because Andy feels it necessary to ask Josh questions about the neighborhood during the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
Well, I have to say I prefer to you calling me separately to ask me those questions.
I'll never forget how annoying it was the 6th time when I texted you by mistake.
Now I'm going to the bank with our big check.
The guy said he thought I was handsome for a 64-year-old man.
Got a haircut, didn't even need the booster chair.
Your height jokes are going to come back to bite you somehow. I don't know how.
You know what? That karma loop has already closed on me after all the ball jokes I did to my dad growing up.
Oh, did he? He probably didn't like him too, right?
He didn't give a shit. Because I'm sure in his head he's going, "You just wait, little fuck."
Because I have found that some people who are bald or whatever you want to call it do not like to be. I mean, I don't do it. I'm not like Rickles, but they don't like to be They're sensitive about it.
Yeah, I'm
Some people are.
I'm past it now.
I never thought of you of having a receding hairline.
You've seen me, right?
No, it doesn't look that way to me. See, some people look good with. Oh, I see. Now I do remember you. I don't think you have anything. I think you're done.
Exactly.
I think I saw some baby. I think you're putting some baby oil on there a couple of days ago. You know, isn't that what people who are bald do?
I was thinking more of a mop and glow sort of a situation.
Oh! I did not watch anything that we were supposed to watch, nor do I know what the name of it is. What are we watching?
We did not choose a thing. That's why. That's just free floating anxiety. You're not watching.
Yeah. But I realized, didn't I say something about Victor Hugo?
You've said it many times.
I found out where the source of it was. It's from Halston. I'm watching the documentary series, not documentary series.
The drama.
Right.
The dramatization.
And his boyfriend is Victor Hugo.
The drama queenitization.
And he's a very good actor, that Yu Mahuhu.
Allison was watching that. I saw a few minutes of it.
It's campy. It's a little bit over the top, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. But I don't know why I brought that up. I brought it up because
of Victor Hugo somehow.
Oh, so now that's not the Victor Hugo. So who is Victor Hugo then? He's not the guy who wrote Moby Dick.
No.
What did he do? Was he a painter?
He wrote Les Miserables. And I believe The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
And he also slept with Halston? Not the same Victor Hugo.
No. I don't know who that Victor Hugo is. That might be. You sure it's not Hugo Boss?
It's so funny that you kept saying that you said that, because I kept thinking that's the way it was going to switch, right?
Yeah.
And the Victor Hugo who he dated became Hugo Boss. But there's not. There's someone named Elsa Peretti, who Susan keeps saying, it's Elsa Peretti. And I don't know who it is,
okay.
but.
Well, it's Elsa Peretti.
I said, who's that woman? She's playing Elsa Peretti. I told you that.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No.
It's a fashion somebody.
Yeah.
Some type. Well, last night we saw the whole making of the Halston bottle. So you know where I came out on. It's actually made well, but it's the dialogue can be awfully bad.
There was some cringe-ramas.
When there's cringy dialogue like that, do you think it's just like, what are you going to do when you have a kind of a broad premise like this? Or I think somebody fell asleep at the editing desk. They don't mind. They don't mind it.
Yeah, I think it can go a lot of ways. Sometimes things look different on the page than when they're said out loud.
That's true.
And
that makes sense.
And it seems like this is all one writer, right?
That I'm not sure.
Is this a Ryan Murphy series?
Yes. Who is Ryan Murphy, please?
Ryan Murphy is a TV creator guy who's done a bunch of the he does the American Horror Story, and he does. Okay.
But now he's not Ryan Reynolds, correct?
He's just had it officially changed.
And is Ryan Murphy, he wasn't an actor at one point, right?
No.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, you're not on trial. I mean, we're loosen up over there.
I know, but I have to edit this, and when I'm wrong, I fucking hate it. So.
Did I tell you that they already
Last
came
week I said Valerie Curtin was Jane Curtin's sister. She's a cousin.
Well, that's not so far off.
No,
Come on.
But I'm telling you, I hate it when I'm wrong. So.
And is that based on an experience that happened?
It's based on the genetic experience of being a Weinstein. Where being right is the gold standard.
Did I tell you those creeps got me for jury duty? Right after I went through hell, they sent me another thing a week later?
No.
And they're not sending it to you anymore, right? Or they are?
Well, I mean, I'm due, but,
No, but I mean, they're all over me. I think they're outside the house.
Yeah. So what?
The jury booth.
You did what? You postponed it last time?
I postponed it this time, too, all the way to the end. So what I'm going to do this time, I did it all the way to October 25th.
Yeah.
And I guess if nothing's happening then, I'll do it.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't want to do it then. Don't you think I should try and push it off again?
I don't know if you can. I think twice is your limit.
Well, no, twice within each invitation. So this is my first time with this one. I'm going to try the second time. The third time.
Wait, so you got, is this like a grand jury one or something? I thought.
No, because what they say is if you don't, remember like when Allison didn't have to even go?
Yeah.
But that counted as serving.
That was jury duty, yeah.
Yeah, I never had one of those weeks. I got excused, but because I got excused, they can send it to me the next day.
Oh,
It's no 1 year
you go
thing.
right back into the pool. Yeah.
Right back into the pool, which is a nice pool, a nice genetic pool. And it's always, they love me over at the Clara Shortridge Center.
Sure.
That's downtown, right?
Yes. I spent weeks of my life there.
Oh, it must be so much fun. You get to go around downtown and have fun down there, right?
Yeah.
I did go to Chinatown like 75 times, I think.
Yeah.
Do you like any restaurants around there?
You know, I almost never end up eating. I always just end up sort of wandering around. And it used to be I'd wander around and smoke. And,
Yeah.
but I just kind of like, usually I have enough emails and shit that I haven't been able to do.
Right.
That I just use the lunch for that and to be alone instead of in a group of people.
Well, yes, I know what you mean. With the friend, I actually had a thing with it wasn't a Zoom, but we actually did a follow-up party once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it goes away. It doesn't last.
It's like a cast. It really is like the cast of the show. Everyone's going to be really good friends afterwards, and then they're not.
Hey, I'm listening to a good
But it's like you went
podcast.
to camp together.
It is like that. We'll always keep in touch, right?
Right.
And we'll always have inside jokes about the case.
Right.
Come on. Okay, I had something else to say too. God damn it. The hell with it. This is my whole life this whole thing is like, speeding up with the, anxiety. Like, you say something and you immediately forget.
Yeah.
So, it's happening more and more. Whenever I want it, like I thought I had something good.
Right.
And then it's like, God damn it. I think I should write it down from now on.
Maybe have a little jot pad.
I do have a jot pad. That's the sad thing about it.
Yeah.
But there's no eating sounds today. Josh said, you know what, buddy? I'll give you 5 more minutes if you eat before the show.
That's
That's nice.
That's the art
right?
of compromise, isn't it?
All right. So I said, but I'm going to smoke bong. So that's still on, right?
I'm okay with that.
I went to the expensive. It's not that expensive anymore. The closest one is not that expensive.
I found it to be incredibly expensive, frankly.
Well, I'm probably deluding myself. Right?
Because their prices are high, and then the tax is added on top of those prices.
No, they've stopped that. They have stopped that. So
Oh,
I think
have they?
they've
Okay.
actually moderated. And also you get a discount if you live in the area. Someone should shoot me, then put me in an underground bunker.
I had some points on my account last time I was there from a long time.
Ooh.
I hadn't been in a while. And to their credit, they had some very excellent weed.
Yes, they're not. They used to be where you went in there, you spent $700 and you felt terrible leaving. But now they've at least cleaned up their act.
But I didn't like I don't like the sort of jewelry store approach that they take there.
Yeah, I don't like it either because you don't feel.
Where you get
feel
your
like
sort of individual bud tender as you walk in. And I don't.
Wait, don't they all do that?
Not really. Not the way it was when I went last time, where it's like they meet you at the door and then you go in, and it's just like it was a little too precious.
Oh, so do you normally and the word is normally? I checked.
Oh,
do you normally?
Oh, God, I'm tired of normally.
You really are?
Yeah.
I'm
not tired of you saying it. I'm tired of you saying, and the word is.
Oh yeah, because it's.
I think we can all
funny.
accept it's your affectation now.
Wasn't funny the first time. Wasn't funny. And I put that down as never was funny.
Yeah.
How about can I keep doing this though? No.
Yes, please. Dude, that's a good piece of comedy.
No. I'm enjoying myself. How about that?
Good.
I'm enjoying myself. This is better than regular life to me.
That's good. That's the best.
Yeah,
that's all
what
we
they
can hope
want.
for, really. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if I have enthusiasm to the show,
Right.
it will extend to my performance.
Maybe someday.
See how rich the banter is. Okay, you were saying something, or I was saying something, or something. I don't know. I do not know.
Captain, it's the lull alert.
No, it doesn't have to be low because you know what? It's these opportunities to speak to good friends that I treasure, Josh. I really do treasure them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, are things, I know you can't talk about things, but are they, is there anything you can say?
Well, thanks for that setup.
Yeah, well, I made a nice area for you. Yes. I made a nice home for you. Nice opening.
Let me bring up the topic.
Look, I can't go through that door through you, but I set it up so sweetly.
Things are continuing in the same manner, let's say.
Okay. All right. Well, you know I'm here. You know how I say anything you need, let me know. I don't really mean that.
No, I know, and I think you bask in the safety of saying it. You're like, he would never call me.
I hope he doesn't. I told Josh if he needs anything. But
why would I be a help?
A friend of mine died who's like exactly the same age as me, and of a massive coronary. Pat McGreal is his name. He's a very talented guy. He was in a group called the Riot Act, and I dated one of the people in the Riot Act, Amy Rose, and then he went on to write comic books for Disney. And sweetest guy in the world, and then just died. And it seemed to hit me in a way like
that was this week.
That was it's like Monday.
I'm sorry,
2 days ago. Thank you. I mean, I don't want to start coming on. It's like I start to realize now I can become Facebook, because that's what Facebook is sometimes.
Right.
It's just like everyone's dying. But it did kind of hit me. It hit me it hit me weirdly in a way. Like, I remember going to his house when he was in the Riot Act in the 80s, and I really liked him. I don't know. It's just like, I know people die, but it's just like too close to yourself, Andy.
Yeah.
I wish I had something more deep to say about it. Also, just a sweetheart. Loving guy, and his wife was really nice. And I know you don't know any of those people, so it's kind of weird. The Riot Act was a group that was somewhat popular around Igby's but it was more in the late 80s, early 90s. That's how I met Amy Rose. And there are a lot of people like Chuck McCullum was a member, and other people, and that didn't make any sense. I thought Chuck McCullum would ring a bell.
No, but that's okay.
And sadly, people from this group are dying, more than one person. And it's just, in the last year, 3 people have died from that group.
Wow. Where did they rehearse?
Well, they used to be, they rehearsed at Asbestos Studios. Where did they rehearse? Okay.
There was a lot of answers, and you came up with one. So there you go.
But very sweet people. It's interesting to meet the children of comedians that you know. I'm old, Josh.
Yeah.
You're not old.
I'm pretty old.
We can start.
I'm pretty old.
You are in the thing where you go, okay, now we're not kidding around.
And I've been around comedians almost as long as you.
Yeah, so you can, I think, longer than me. Didn't you start before me?
No, I started in 87.
Oh, okay, so long. So when you meet their kids, it is, I mean, I never thought that I would be aging and saying things like this. But I love the kids of comedians and creative people in general. It's it's exciting. Like Lorraine Newman's child is in she's in a show.
Yeah. Hacks.
What's it called?
Hacks.
How is that show? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it.
Okay, we shouldn't talk about it because it's not.
No, it's good, actually.
Okay.
Gene Smart is the thing that's great about it.
And is it funny like Hack? Well, I'm gonna check it out then because I have HBO Max.
Yeah, no, I mean the character is based around Joan Rivers in her later years.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like her doing Joan Rivers.
Good.
But no, it's good. I think, and I think Lorraine Newman's daughter is good too. I think there's other actresses who could play that more than there's other actresses that could play the Gene Smart role.
Right. But it's exciting to see her get it going. I like that.
Yeah.
It's just exciting. To be part of a
But Lorraine Newman's daughter, and I'm sorry, I can't remember her name right now.
Hannah H. Einbinder.
Thank you.
Hannah Einbinder
is really good at sort of being a young comedy type. And
she's a stand-up.
Yeah, and you recognize stand-ups of her generation in what she's doing.
Yes, her. She's married. We're kind of friendly with them that they divorced, but they're both sweet people. Chad Einbinder and Lorraine, they're both very sweet people, and that's their daughter.
Yeah.
I saw also.
I did a day of voice stuff with Lorraine once for one of Frank Conniff's radio plays, and that was very exciting.
She's a delight, right? A complete delight.
Absolutely. And I've interacted on Twitter quite a bit with her.
Yeah, it's interesting because she does not seem. She went through a lot of things, with Saturday Night Live, and she does not seem to have been affected. Like it changed her. She seems like just a sweet person.
She really does. Yeah.
Yeah. So
well adjusted.
I saw that Pray Obey Kill, and I think I saw somebody on the show brought it up.
Yeah. Did you like?
And it was good. It was interesting. It's very interesting. You don't really know exactly what happened, but I thought it was excellent. And where there's excellent, if you're a true crime fan, Vice is doing some amazing things now. So, how when we watch Reels, how bad it is? I mean, they're upping their game, some of these networks.
Yeah.
Like Netflix, I always feel like if it's a Netflix original, it can be great, but then it can be not so great.
Yeah.
But that's true about anything. I guess. I've
been, really, sort of, I'm part of this is that I'm a documentarian myself, but man, these 5-episode doc series or 6-episode doc series.
We're talking about this again.
That stretch out so much shit to make us.
Oh, I think you're. Yeah.
It just.
It says a little bit of a.
It makes me nuts.
I can see that. Yeah, it is a little annoying because it's like some of them. Yeah, because now that I'm thinking back, the one that I loved was the one that was not the West Texas 3, but there was one about these people in one area where the prostitutes were being killed, and you didn't necessarily get it solved, but so much stuff happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
When stuff happens, you feel like they're really giving you something, then that's different, Yeah,
no, if there's enough story to sustain it, that's great.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that's the downside. After 4 episodes, there may not have been a murder in this case, and these people may not have existed.
But you see just from an episode of Dateline that these stories can be told pretty efficiently and satisfyingly,
Dateline's still my favorite show.
There you go.
It's still my favorite show, and I'm just saying that because I want Josh to pick up the check next time.
Yeah.
Maybe he did pick up the check.
I think he picked it up when we had it during the pandemic. So I think it's my turn.
Oh, you went on an illegal dinner.
No, we went on a legal lunch.
No. You went.
I believe it was like September.
I'm tired of this bit. You know what the bit was going to be, right? You're a liar. You did go with him.
Sure. Yeah.
It was illegal.
It never ends up well, that bit.
And also, you did coke that night, and you didn't say anything to me or something.
It's a lie.
Here's a great part of the Halston movie for someone anyway. It's that he did so much coke that they found it in his phone receiver of his phone because he would be
just
snorting
that had dropped out of his nose.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's partying.
Yeah, you love the details like that. There was a detail in that hack show. There's a detail that for some reason grabbed me. It's like the scene where the Gene Smart character and they're both in the kitchen and she has like a soda dispenser on her counter, and it's out of gas. She puts the cup in and her servant, her maid or whatever, I'll change it. And she's like, no, I'll get it. And so she hauls it out and changes it herself. And for some reason, it was just like the perfect character detail of who this woman was, which is, this hardworking, earned everything she's got kind of, it was such a subtle detail and because it had nothing to do with story. And yet it really did say a lot about this character. And I love that shit.
Oh, now you got me very excited about this. Very excited. I'm overexcited so that I'm going to come back and go, nice going, Josh. It wasn't the greatest thing since sliced bread, which I don't think is such a great invention.
No, and they're smart enough to not spend, they only show stuff on stage to make story points. They aren't relying on televised scripted stand-up to be entertaining in and of itself for very long.
I've stayed away from the Kaminsky method.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it? Are you still watching?
I have never watched the Kaminsky.
It's not very good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that up on the heels of what you were saying. On the heels of it. I'm very good with, is that an analogy or a metaphor? On the heels of it.
The heels of it would be a metaphor.
You know, I just want to say to you, since I've been watching the Kardashians, that it really does make me think more about our journey.
Yeah.
And the journey we're on.
Yeah.
And so when we do like Friday.
I got to stop this journey because I got to take a trip.
But isn't a trip the same thing as a journey? No, it's separate from a journey.
That's a break
trip is not a journey.
Yeah, no, that's just travel.
And, you know, even though we're closing one chapter of Thought Spiral, we're opening up another chapter.
Right. Well, when God closes the chapter, he writes another one.
I love the fact that people use these analogies and metaphors, and they don't even know what they're using, and there's no juice to it. Let's make memories. That's what the Kardashians go. Let's make some memories.
All
you
right.
can't make memories. That's by definition a lie.
Let's make television.
Yeah, you make television. That's not what a memory.
Let's make content. It's different.
And I don't know if you were going to watch the last year or you weren't going to watch. It's all about them saying it's the last year. That's the whole last year.
That's good.
Not the best TV.
You don't want it to come as a surprise.
No. And also, you don't want it to come as a surprise. And you don't want anything to happen except them saying, did we make the right choice? Maybe we should have kept it going.
Yeah.
It could be the worst television I've ever seen.
And yet.
But
riveted.
I chose it.
Riveted, you apparently are.
Nah, you know what it is? We gotta get a whole group of things that we can watch because we end up, for so long, all we watched was politics, and now we can't watch it at all.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything.
There's a lot of good movies in the world.
Well, that's what was that voice? That was an odd voice.
That was advice. That was fatherly advice.
There's a lot of good movies in the world. Well, what do you recommend?
The good ones.
Well, you like those Justice League of America movies. I know you're so into those.
I don't actually, but I do like the Marvel movies.
Oh, so you don't go DC at all?
I've seen, I watch the Joss Whedon or whatever 4-hour super cut, director's cut? No. But I saw the original movie. I mean, it's not,
okay.
But I don't go to Justice Leagues in the theater, and I would go to Marvel in the theater.
And Batman is DC too, right?
Yeah. And I honestly could give a shit about Batman at this point.
Batman doesn't do it for you. Even the Adam West show.
Batman has been beaten into the ground over the course of my pop culture lifetime.
What if I told you that he has a hybrid Batmobile? Would that?
Nothing. My pulse does not quicken.
But he has no special powers.
I did watch Captain Marvel the other day.
How was that?
It was okay. And I had actually I thought I had seen it along the way, and I had, but I clearly fell asleep for more than I thought. Because there was really a lot of stuff that I just had no
Isn't that
memory.
an old school superhero thing?
Well, all of them are.
Oh, okay. But what was Captain Marvel's power?
Really a lot of power.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
She's like the most powerful of all of them, pretty much.
And, of course, as we all know, the most boring superhero, Superman.
And
what can he do?
It's Superman.
And what can he do? Everything. No, but you have to say something specifically. No, he does everything.
Yeah.
Well, is he fast? He's the goddamn fastest.
That's right.
Can he get killed by bullets? Of course not.
No. Just part of another planet. That rarely
Can he
comes up.
fly? Yes. How about a million... there's a couple of things that he did that.
Look, I think I could, if I was allergic to Mars, I'd probably get by okay.
Where is Krypton in terms of the solar system? Is it past
it's
Pluto?
nowhere. It's nowhere, my friend.
But kryptonite is a real thing.
Sure. Yes.
No, I think I'm right.
I think Krypton is a
yeah.
is
Why
an
they?
element,
Oh,
but
did they name the element after Superman?
I think we've talked about this. And,
Oh, God damn it!
Neither of us knew then either.
You know what though? I think if we stopped the show and I started up 5 years from now, we could do the same shows again because I don't remember anything.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And people would accept it because I think if we stopped and came back 5 years from now, people because you know what they like? Aging. And
they like aging and absence.
Aging, absence.
Yes.
If you like Thought Spiral now, Imagine 7 years from now when Andy Kindler's penis is virtually frozen. I am going to have my penis cryogenically freezed.
Yeah,
so it
could
out
be a
what's wrong.
disappointment in the future.
I'm not single, right? I'm married, so this really it doesn't help me or hurt me.
Right. Yeah.
This material, as long as my wife does not listen to the show.
Right. I think you're safe there.
Yeah, but I have a leg
There's a
up.
bigger chance of an erection.
My wife has listened to the show, though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy talk.
I told you that. She's enjoyed it.
Yeah.
She was laughing at everything.
Well, that's good. Well, I
She's not
imagine that she would enjoy an hour of me putting it down. Quite a bit.
Yeah, well, exactly. Takes the pressure off of her.
Right.
Why am I have to be put down by all of my loved ones? You know why? Because you love me. Isn't that what it is?
It is.
We're making memories, Josh.
That's right.
We're making memories.
That's right. Just not a journey.
Yeah, how much do you want to get out of this goddamn session? I gave you everything today.
Yeah.
I mean, this is some of the best banter I've ever done.
Are you calling for an end to it, or is this
not really? Well, I am in a way, but that's exactly what you want.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not exactly,
Look at how you're trying to be casual. I know what you're up to.
Not like a plate of liver you just gave me.
I don't like liver. Do you like it at all?
No, that was my point.
Yeah, but chopped liver you like.
Sure. Especially as an analogy.
This is scary. This is like a scary duel.
Yeah.
Where I keep thinking it could end at any second.
It could end at any second.
Well, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm rooting it.
Yeah, you are.
If I don't give you any space, you won't do it.
Yeah, and if you don't give me any good straight lines, you won't do it.
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Boy.
Boom. Boom.
It's like I'm a genius now. I went from someone who could barely operate a knob. Remember those volume knobs that went, you turn one way up, one way down?
Yeah.
I used to press those.
Huh.
And I would press them. And I'd call Susan at work. I'd say, something's wrong with the knob. She said, well, as I'm pressing it, she goes, it's not that time in history yet, she said to me.
Wow.
Right.
Prescient.
Now come on down and have your fennel cakes, she said, sweetheart.
Fennel or funnel?
Funnel cakes.
Yeah.
Mother's out back with the fennel.
Ah.
Is fennel a thing?
Fennel's a thing, yeah.
Is it like licorice? Licorice?
It's like anise, yeah.
Hey, how about this? Hey, mister. Hey, mister. That's right, Mr. Douglas. I'm Mr. Haney. How could I not be Mr. Haney? I'm saying his name. No?
Yeah. I mean, yes, but no. Or no, but
okay.
yes, however you want to play it.
I'm going to now turn in my masterclass money with Rich Little. I was going to take his masterclass.
Yeah.
And now I think I'm wasting my goddamn money. He teaches you how to do every impression and makes it sound like Johnny Carson. That's what he promises.
No, he'll throw in W.C. Fields.
Yeah, I had a baby last week. Yeah. I like babies. Medium rare. Yes. Yes. He doesn't say yes.
That's Edward W.C. Robinson, I think.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see, your baby's getting to my nerves, see? I'm gonna riddle your baby with bullets, see?
Your baby killed my brother, say.
Yeah, get out of here, baby. Shut up, baby.
Make that baby shut up. The only way to do it, boss, is to shoot it. Don't ask me questions. Make that baby shut up. Would that be against the Hayes Commission, what I'm doing right there?
It's against a lot of commissions.
I know, but you have to be impressed with my, I guess, no pot yet today.
Is that what I'm
Pretty good.
by?
Pretty good. No, I think I smoked pot. How long have I been up for? Do you count the times when you stumble around the apartment not knowing if you're alive or dead? That's what you have to look forward to in your 60s.
Yeah.
You get up every 2 minutes.
I have to move to an apartment.
Now, you still have your palatial estate.
Okay.
But you will wake up every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Often not before you start peeing.
No, I mean, you have to go every 2 hours. This is not the most. This is not the most.
Is this you proving to me that pot's not the problem? Is that what this is?
Oh, a double slamski. A slamski that says, even when you're operating at your top level, Andy, might not be good enough. Whose voice is that?
I think it was Carson doing Gleason.
Is that the way the Family Guy came up with his characters? Hey, oh, Peter Lorre. Oh, hi, Peter Lorre. Isn't he doing Peter Lorre?
I guess.
You never watched his show. I bet you haven't even watched that show enough to know how that's pretty bad.
I've watched it enough to know that it's pretty bad.
And yeah, okay, that's
but
good.
not enough not enough to revel in its badness.
No, you're not. You know, it's not.
I don't go and splash around in the badness.
No, I do that.
My feeling with them is they're capable of good jokes.
Yeah.
But they are also have no edit function. So the bad jokes drag down the good jokes.
Hey, isn't that true with a lot of things in life?
It is.
Like, a lot of people felt that way about all my specials. How many specials do you do? Just go with the premise. Specials. I don't think I did one special, right?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
comedy half hour.
I wish
comedy
I Was
hour.
Bitter was sort of your special.
Stop, please stop damning it with faint praise or whatever that's called.
I didn't say it was sort of special. I said it was sort of your special.
Oh, don't do what bust do you? That was a hack thing in the 80s. I'm thinking of like the old hack things. So I'm not thinking it for any particular reason, but that was a hack thing. What bus did you come? Hey, what bus did you come here to? And what made the buses of the so-called slower children? What were they? Were they
the short bus? I believe is what you're.
Yes.
Going for? Yes. And
if I find out that you, at one point, even once, as a joke, said to somebody at a thing in the Midwest, this guy took the short bus tonight, I'll be very angry.
I feel like my record is clean.
Yeah, I think it is. Why would you say that? Be like saying, excuse me, sir, you seem to be in a wheelchair.
Although I
do you have trouble walking?
I mean, I said retard plenty of times, and I'm not proud of that.
But
I'm not proud of that.
But. No. But you really came up in the time period where people did use that word.
Yeah.
And I came up in the time period where it always seemed weird to me. So I was able to be holier than thou about those things.
Oh, that's good.
But I still feel like I shouldn't use the word whore anymore. And the only time that I use it is that Susan and I like to use it in reference to everybody in the world as we're watching things. Whore.
Sure. I think there's nothing wrong with it in the privacy of your own home.
In the privacy of your own home, as long as everybody's a whore.
Right.
And you're not trying to sell it as the greatest bit ever. That's good.
Right.
Why would I ever sell something as the greatest bit ever? Hey, where do you hear my new material? That's why I loved Muhammad Ali, but I never felt that Muhammad Ali's style would be good for my comedy, especially.
No, he was definitely an overpromise.
Yeah, yes.
kind of guy.
And he was fun. He was funny as bragging.
He was.
I wouldn't be funny.
He was.
I'm the best comic
and
here.
And to his credit, humble when he lost.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I love him so much. I really do love that Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot to love about him.
You can't rate the people that you love. I mean, they can't rate when you ever get to those. I know you like to play along with the CNN heroes every year.
Sure.
You wager on it.
Sure.
Okay. First time in the show, my mind went blank. I started to peter out. I hear Danger Will Robinson going on in my ear.
Yeah.
How long till that is a reference that not even one person, and then you might even forget it because why? Why keep it?
I've replaced it with the lull alert sting.
Let me hear a lull alert. Oh, you mean any lull alert? Like, ba 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 da ba. It's not going well. I think we sound pretty good, our podcast. I hear a lot of some of these podcasts, and it's like, are you communicating on a walkie-talkie? Is that the premise of your podcast? Over. Come on, I'm not that. You can't be. I'm so worried that you're going to hate me already.
No.
Don't hate me yet.
I can't hate you.
Wait a couple
No,
of minutes.
I'm maxed out already.
I mean, you're tired?
No, I just mean my hatred needle is already buried.
Do you remember when I tore his maxed out? No, that's not funny. Max. I'm telling you, I do recommend that Halston thing. I watched all of it, all 4 episodes. And although it's not the greatest thing ever, and there's some bad lines, it's really good. That Ewan McGregor is unbelievable as your Halston.
I saw, I think, what was the last of them.
Yes.
Because
hey, come on. You didn't watch it? Oh, come on. Yeah.
And I see what it is. It's not something I'm interested in going through, but.
Well, amongst the positives of it is that they were able to, which I think is very hard to do, they were able to present people from the 80s without, I mean, not that they would have made them look like, hello, darling, but they made them, you didn't think any moment that you're watching someone do something from some past that wasn't real.
Yeah, no, it didn't. The campiness didn't come from the period.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's the fashion world, they could be very precise with the clothing and stuff.
Right. Exactly. I just wrote a joke for a woman after her first period. You ready?
Sure.
Hi. How old are they usually? 16? Oh, no. I had my first period when I was 15. More like an well, if I say exclamation point, I think that weakens it.
Yeah.
You get Norm Crosby in the middle of an impression.
Yeah.
Period, but more like an exclamation point. I mean, when is this? What the gush, right, fellas? What the gush is still a commercial, as well as Enjoy the Go. Enjoy the Go.
Ow, it's not TV. Not TV. It's those commercials that get me. It's not TV. Not TV. It's those commercials that get me.
You bet your Aspercream.
Did you just write that?
No, they're using it.
Now?
Yeah.
You bet your Aspercream. I would take that. I would squirt that in someone's eye if they did that to me.
Shove it up your Aspercream.
Hey, I'm Andy Kindler for Aspercream. Why don't you shove it up your Aspercream? Let me get this straight. Your product is putting aspirin in lotion form. That's it. Get the fuck out of here. I like this guy. That's it. Oh, you're going to call Aspercream and you expect me to believe that you're just putting aspirin in cream form and then that's going to work. Don't you have any, have you no shame at long last, products? That would be my McCarthy-like takedown of commercials.
Yes.
No food? No food today? Now you might hear this.
Yeah. A little mini moo.
No, it's iced coffee. What does mini moo mean?
When you go,
Oh.
when you're drinking.
Oh, I see. I don't have any cows in my family. Oh, really? What about your Aunt Shmadipi? She was a cow in the old days. You could call a woman a cow, and it never was actually appropriate, but maybe you could get away with it in the 40s. Alouette. Wasn't it look like I was coming towards that, right? Alouette.
No. Did you take some sort of monologue supplement today?
No, but you know I toured the country as Alouette for several years. You know what I opened with?
Frere Jacques?
No, I opened with, I'm Alouette, Jante Alouette.
And then you spilled a drink on someone and goes, now you're all wet too.
I don't think you could get away with that during the mafia-controlled clubs.
No, you got to be careful who you do your drink gags on.
Hey, fat macaroni Tony. Didn't lie. I got a shotgun in my pants. Lou was not happy when I spilled hot tea on him. Hot tea? You said you ordered hot tea, didn't you, sir? Boom, I get shot.
You don't want to mess with Johnny Easily Offended.
Sammy talks too much. Really, he talks too much. That's his old name. Sammy talks too much. Really, you talk too much. Bobby Slow Thinking. Bobby Slow Brain. Why do they call me Bobby Slow Brain? Because you're an idiot. Bobby Slowbrain.
Yes.
Hey, Shorty, how you doing? But I am short. I'm like 5'2". That's what I call you, Shorty. You stupid, diminutive piece of garbage.
If you were big, I'd call you tiny.
That's what they do. I told you many years ago, they do that in Australia and New Zealand. That's the way they make their. So, Killer, Darren Cahill, his nickname is Killer because he's not. He's like a very nice guy. Hello. I thought they were Jello pants. That's not the way. They're not Jello pants. They look like Jello pants, but they aren't. They're pudding pants.
All right, this is good. This is just this is like difficult today.
Oh God! Do you ever hyperventilate? You laugh so hard.
I don't know. Do you ever speak on mic when you're on a podcast?
Oh my God! It's just the worst.
You're still not on mic.
Well, because I want to
Sit
take
up.
a picture.
Sit
I want
up.
to take a picture of this now. Hold on, I want to take a picture. I realize just because I'm taking a picture of it doesn't mean that I have to throw out the ideas of. Okay, hold on 1 second. You never get from a picture how stupid it looked. It looked so stupid. I was leaning back in the chair, and the chair literally was. I mean, it was like as if I would have had to have been wearing a headset mic for it to have worked.
Yeah.
That made me laugh so hard. I can see me be getting so out of sorts in a couple of years from now that I won't know where I would get them, where I would find the source of the sound.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm talking in the kitchen. Andy, you have to get.
We'll just have to mic
It's
it.
2:00.
We'll just have to
What the fuck do you want from
mic
me?
up your house and let you wander around in your underwear.
Hello? Why am I making fun of something that probably will happen to me? I've seen my father and mother go.
You're softening. You're softening the blow.
Yes. I saw it. You think my mother and father went out like heroes? No. My mother said, tell your brother to get one of those one of those doctors who comes over to your house and kills you? I don't think there are these doctors, my mother thought. Get one of those Manhattan doctors over here.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Manhattan doctors who they just don't mind. They're not nervous about Kevorkian style court cases.
Right. If you got money.
If you got money.
Yeah.
No, mom, you don't understand. They can go to jail. Yeah. Not with your brother's money, they won't. He'll buy the jail. All right. I'm starting to mourn properly now. I'm starting to mourn a little more properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, as my mother would say, or as I used to call her, the plaintiff.
Were you in a car crash this morning?
I did. Whoa. You're right. You are right. I fell out of a second-story window on the way to... Susan said, bring out the recycling. I got confused. Boom. Next thing you know, I'm in a blue container down below. I thought that I tweeted something that was so funny, Josh.
Yeah.
I said, this is my opinion, but don't go by me. I think people may have thought... There's two things. They may have thought that I wasn't being... it wasn't true what I was saying, or why do you expect your tweets to get a big reaction? That's the other problem.
All right.
But I said, don't go by me. I tied a fork to a cat's hand and gave him a perfect score. That's a true story.
All right.
That they gave a perfect score to someone who tied a fork to their cat's paw.
Right.
And I wanted that to end. I wanted that to retire I wanted that to blow up the internet.
Yeah.
Doesn't ever. Nothing I predict blows. If you want something to blow up the internet, you deserve to not have it do that.
I think that's true.
That is true. But don't you every day wake up and go, this could be the day I have the 3 million retweets.
I think we're coming out of an era where way too many people we just go viral as a marketing plan.
Including the virus.
All right. That's the only one. That's the only one that really worked.
But let me be clear. Let me be very clear about this, Josh. The virus doesn't care if you like toast.
Yeah. I think the time has passed for the virus doesn't care.
Those jokes, is it the virus doesn't care that I'm doing material that is no longer.
That's right.
The virus doesn't care about my unsuccessful career. And this is a fact.
All right, we're going
Never.
we're going to questions now.
All right. And I wrote a song. You ready?
Yeah.
I re-recorded it. You ready?
Yes.
How's your old mama? How's your old daddy? Give me a letter and shove it up your face.
Pickles.
Pickles. Okay.
Have you seen my wife, Mr. Kindler? Do you know what it's like on the outside? Don't go talking too loud. You'll cause a landslide, Mr. Kindler.
Ooh. I thought this was someone accusing me of having an affair at first.
I don't know.
It's a quote from a movie, I think, right?
I'm going to say it's a song. It might be Landslide.
Oh, and the landslide. Have you ever heard my version of it? And the landslide brings you down. Oh, the landslide brings you down. I've been in love with changing, but I forgot that Jerry Lewis would have had a meal with these songs. Or maybe Steve Allen, right?
Yeah, sure.
I said Pickles.
So
I don't know what you were doing.
I don't know what Pickles was doing.
I think Pickles is on her own wavelength.
Jason Parton says, similarly obtusely, Mama always told me not to look into the eyes of the sun, but Mama, that's where the fun is.
I know that song.
Yeah.
Is this Stump the Band? Are we playing Stump the Band?
I don't know.
Because I can do it in 7 notes.
I think we're playing Type a Thing.
I think we're playing that these people are now getting together in cafes and meeting places and plotting a multi-question attack from different viewers or listeners.
It might be. Peanut says, hi, Josh. My dog Fuller just started howling in the living room after hearing your Foster Brooks burpee honks. Have any of your dogs ever had funny AV interactions, for example, barking at a certain type of song or TV show? Fuller growled at the drawing of a dog on TV recently.
Do you think he's anthropomorphizing?
He might be. Yeah. Weirdly, my dogs none of my dogs have ever really cared about the TV, like what was on TV. They never seem to notice the motion of it, or, aside, unless there's like a doorbell that's really close to ours, they might react to that. But they never see a squirrel on TV and think it's a squirrel. And, I've seen plenty of that because of my America's Funniest Home Video time. But my dogs are not. The closest is Larry, my first dog, Larry. If I played harmonica, would start howling and singing along. Anytime I bent a note, he would start howling. And then he would, would adjust his pitch to try to match what I was playing.
And do you know the general theories of how their hearing is, the doggies?
I don't.
Because you know that they can smell things because they train them to do things. I'm such an idiot. It's like an idiot. Like an idiot person. Have you heard? Yeah, I don't know if you heard aware of this, Josh, but they train dogs to smell things.
Huh. Wow.
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
What will they think of next?
Like a dog that would help with hunting might be the next thing.
Maybe. That dog won't hunt.
Can you imagine living in a time period where you went, well, it's been 50 years, Sylvia, and I told you I could get that dog after 50 years? Well, 4 dogs to figure out how to get a thing.
All right.
We're not hunters, Josh. Well, actually, you said, was anybody a hunter in your family?
My brother hunts.
Oh, oh my God. Do not go out with your brother on a trip where he's going to be claiming you're hunting. Okay? Who am I? I like this character and I hate him.
I'm with the second guy.
Yeah, ladder. You're with the ladder. Yeah. I wish I could hit this character over the head with a ladder.
Laramie Person says, hi, Andy and Josh. This question is for Andy. I thought we would hear more about the bus adventure that you tweeted about recently, where the bus was going to Johnson City. Did you get on the bus? If so, how was it? Basically, how does this story end?
Well, here's the thing about that is that I'm trying to think now. I think I very rarely took the bus home. I think I mostly hitchhiked or went with other friends. And I was watching one of my many true crime things about the co-ed killer. And during that time period where people it was accepted on so many college campuses that you hitchhiked. They had to really stop it. I know I sound like Mr. Science.
No, but what's the fucking story, Andy?
Oh, is that I hitchhiked?
Okay.
I didn't take a bus. Thank you. Right. Johnson City was a small city near the college. Binghamton had Johnson City, then it had, and I would talk more about it, but I didn't realize that my inability to answer a question would anger Josh so much.
Yeah, really? I don't know.
I mean, it's like the first time.
You laid groundwork for the anger, let me just say.
For 5 years or however long we've been doing it. How many seasons are we on?
This is our 5th season.
You looked at that very quickly. It's in the show notes.
Dan Marsh says, hey guys, what were some of your favorite meals or snacks as a kid? And do you still eat any of them now, even if it's just a guilty treat?
I eat pretzels. I've been eating pretzels since I figured out that they were good. Now I'm not so sure they're good, but I still can't stop them.
But they're salty.
Yeah, I have a real problem. The gig is up with me. When I was a kid, it seemed to like unending things like, oh, yodels, that's a new food. Let's eat that. But now I feel like I've eaten everything and there's no way to surprise me with novelty or excitement about food. But that's not really true. But sometimes I think that. I'll never get excited again, I'll say to myself.
Right, and then it'll be like,
candy! Yeah! Yeah, but even when I'm eating the candy, like when I eat the candy, a lot of times I realize, the candy isn't so great now that I have 2 partial appliances in my mouth.
Right.
And if anything's sticky, it will lift my entire dental partial off my... Maybe I shouldn't have gone heavy on the jaw breakers.
Maybe I should stick to the free dent.
Maybe the wax whistle. I had one too many wax whistles, choo-choo. Choo-choo, hey, choo-choo Charlie, are you an engineer? That's Dennis Miller talking to choo-choo Charlie. How's it going, choo-choo Charlie? That's not bad.
So that's
not bad.
Oh, no, that's great.
What? Why are you whispering under your breath?
That was me just giving up. I just completely gave up.
Why don't you go fuck yourself? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Go fuck yourself. Anyway, I try to recover by going, any other questions? That's how I recover from that.
Yeah, I'm getting Stockholm syndrome.
What? Come on, it's never not funny to do Yiddish and that or something like that. Stockholm.
Yeah.
What's Stockholm syndrome? I've never heard of that. I've heard of Stockholm syndrome. What's Stockholm syndrome? We already did the joke, but I was going to give you a little extra time to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Air out the back 40 with that.
All right, sure. Give me a little more wish I was dead time.
I'm just thinking either one of us would be the last people you'd think on an actual horse. We did a horse movie. I can't think of either one of us now being on a horse.
No, and neither
without breaking something.
Neither of us was on a horse in that movie.
That's what I mean. But some people, like if it took off the movie, people would want to do stunts.
Right. I don't even have it in my special skills.
I don't even have special skills anymore on my resume.
So my answer to the question from 6 minutes ago is I liked, when I was a little kid, the easiest meal to get me to say yes to was a can of Chef Boyardee mini ravioli.
Oh, why? You liked it?
I liked it.
Oh, my God.
And it had to be mini ravioli, which is a different formula than the regular ravioli.
That's so crazy. Little kids are so crazy about food.
Yeah. But I have to, I'm sure my mom, it was like a boon.
Yes. How could it hurt?
But her problem was that she gave me the whole can every time. And I was like 5 or 4. So it was just like, come on.
I don't think that.
Give Fatty a chance here. Come on.
You're not a dog, you won't necessarily overeat. Well, little kids do. I don't know what little kids do. I never was.
Little fat kids do. That's what I was.
Yeah. I know you were, but I think there was you're opening up a whole can of ravioli.
Well, but it's my life that I get to talk about. Just
Oh, no,
because you have separate issues
you
about-
do. You do. No, you do. You do. No. Okay, I'm just trying to erase everything. No. You do. No, I agree with you. And I will not. I was trying not to comment any further on it.
Pete the Bobcat says, did Wayne Newton say thank you for directions to the airport or something else? Let me think. I recall him saying something else.
He said,
How
Daddy.
he drove away. Didn't say thank you, though. He said, oh, Danke Shane, darling, Danke Shane. Tweet Bahara says,
Wait. I thought you were going to do Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast. That's why I got so confused.
Yeah.
Because that would be a very appropriate thing for a plane trip.
I was going for the joke that Pete the Bobcat was setting us up for.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you're going by rational comedy, sure.
Yeah. Tweet Bahara says, odd coincidence, the T in Philo T. Farnsworth's name stood for television. Why, that is an odd coincidence.
You know, that's interesting too, because I was going to do something with Einstein, or maybe I should know the premise of a joke. Middle names, or Thomas Alva Edison. You know why he was Thomas Alva Edison? Because there was already a Thomas Edison who was in the Electric Guild.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Iram says, is it too late to talk about the second half of Test Show 210? Andy, it was Josh's birthday, and you were eating and couldn't even remember the name of his movie. My heart broke. This is coming from a Kindler booster.
I apologize. I'm sorry I let you down.
Speaking of my movie, the DVD and Blu-ray of Michael Debar, Who Do You Want Me to Be, comes out this week on Tuesday the 8th. So,
can you tell the difference?
Between DVD and Blu-ray?
Yeah.
I haven't screened them, so no.
I just was wondering I wonder how popular, I guess there are people who still will get it on whatever is, like if you have a setup, does it still look great? We don't know because you don't have one. All right, go. My fault.
I don't understand your question.
In other words, it used to be, if you had a thing, in a Blu-ray, or if you had like a laser disc, there'd be a way that you could see something home that'd be better than anything you could see maybe in the movie theater, although maybe it wasn't better than you could see in the movie theater. But now everything is going with the technology of what you're actually viewing. So I was wondering if things like Blu-ray even matter anymore.
I think it matters in the sense that with more data there, your whatever equipment you have can max out what's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Tortuously Okay says, I read that GOP Congresswoman Nancy Mace got caught vandalizing her own house. Is Andy Kindler upset that she stole his idea for heckling your own material?
Well, I don't know if that's the correct premise for that. I'll tell you though, kids, I'm hearing a lot of things like that must be missing things because I don't watch much anymore. Do you know what it's in reference to?
I do know the story vaguely, but I didn't dive into it.
I mean, it looks like, I would love it if all of these people like Matt Gaetz and they all went to prison.
But it was definitely basically one of those Morton Downey Jr. carve the backward swastika on your forehead.
Oh, yes. Where did I see that? I think I saw a special about him, or maybe a documentary or a movie.
There's a doc
maybe
about him.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I like that. Where he claimed to go into the bathroom and get beaten up.
Shiftless Element.
I love that name.
Says, this original, in my opinion, fantastic pun-based joke received 0 likes on Twitter. I couldn't even get one virtual, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Here it is. Looking for a relevant house pet? Have you considered a Germain Shepherd?
I like it.
Yeah, but not laugh-like.
Yeah, that might be in the, I don't know. I think that should get likes. Then again, you get into the same trap.
Maybe should have gotten a like or two, but I'll tell you the problem with the joke. There's no such thing as an irrelevant house pet. There's not. You've created a false premise in order to make your joke. Oh,
I see. Right. Yeah, that's right. You'd have to have the first part of the joke be something that's actually happening.
Yeah.
You hear a lot these days with the whose voice is that?
One half of the joke has to be based in reality.
But I don't want to, Josh, to dissuade listeners from sending in.
I don't think we're just. I like to think of it as a master class.
Master class. Thank you, Josh and Andy, for your master class on how to host a podcast with about nothing, like you telling people how to do what you guys do. Alienate America in 10 minutes.
Bandicoot B says, I heard an old Hollywood story that the early 90s, before they passed, Howard Cosell and Jimmy Stewart loved to check out the alt comedy scene in L.A. I even heard that they both could do a mean Kindler. Man, I wish I could have heard what that sounded like.
I am here at the Big and Tall bookstore with my good... Who am I with?
It's me, Howard. It's me.
Jimmy... That guy, Andy Kindler, if he's a comedian, I'm a leading man.
It does seem like he doesn't have a lot of confidence in what he's doing there. Yeah, you know, he'll say a joke and then tell everybody they didn't laugh at it.
I haven't been this bored at an event since Tito Fuentes fought the Republic of Domingo in Peru. Roberto Dopey song. Also, I haven't mentioned I got dementia.
Howard, you having a stroke over there?
Well, what would you know about? What would you know about trying to keep an impression going that you barely remember the original person?
Noted.
That part's not bad.
No, that's good. Noted Texan energy executive says, I watched Roar in a theater screening a few years back. It's not the greatest, but it made me incredibly nervous to see so many big cats interacting with humans. How many movies have made you feel jumpy like that?
Well, I don't know exactly. Did they re-release it? Or was that just a preview that they showed footage from what happened on the scene of that movie?
I don't know.
Like, it's really frightening that they tried to make this movie with all these exotic animals. And, but you don't know what I'm talking about either, right? You never saw it?
No, never did.
Oh. It looks like it's an ad for a movie, but I don't know if the movie itself was ever re-released.
Well, he says he watched Roar in a theater screening a few years back.
Yeah. So I think it was a real thing, but can't imagine anybody. But when you're watching it during the preview for a movie, it's funny for those 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That you see people getting ripped up by animals, but I don't know if I'd sit through the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's not what the question is. The question is
who cares?
All right.
No.
Brian R. says, last week someone asked what musician you thought would make a good stand-up comedian, but what I want to know, what musical instrument would make a good comedian?
I think something like a kazoo is hilarious.
I don't know. I think the trombone really brings the most to the table.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's almost made for it.
Yeah.
Except it doesn't save the latter years of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's true. Wookie Talkie says there's a sign in Arkansas that says possum grape. And I wonder how many different grapes there are. For example, grape ape, or cotton candy apes, or planet of the knee-high sodas. There's a lot of word association going on among our people.
Where does it say send your material in that you're working on to Kindler and Weinstein? Where is it written?
Slade Grayson says, welcome to the Over 50 Club, Josh. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Things to look forward to, annual prostate exam. Andy, you're probably jaded and used to such things by now. I like how there's one thing on the list of things to look forward to.
Well, first of all, I think he doesn't realize that he's in a prank. I don't get that yearly prostate exam anymore. Oh, maybe because of the quarantine.
Well, you're into self-exam.
I don't know. The whole thing makes me sick. The whole prostate thing makes me, and I just remembered that several times I have had it checked.
Yeah.
You know, they reach up there and then they seem to know from feeling it what to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems to be, whoa. I get that checked if I were you. Seems weird shaped.
Ripe as a summer plum.
Ooh. What does that mean, doctor? No, nothing. It's just, ugh.
Also, I found your keys. Halpin Fraser says, hi, Josh and Andy. The Car Shield ads with Ice-T and Chris Berman are great, but please tell me you've seen the new Car Shield commercials with Ric Flair. I have not, I'm afraid.
I don't know who Ric Flair is.
Ric Flair is a professional wrestling icon.
Oh, I got to check it out. Because the thing that I noticed, I hope they haven't taken the old ones, is this one guy goes, and the guy says, I have to pay. He goes, no, I don't have to pay. He's like in the guy's face about, yes, so you have insurance. You're making it like no one's paying. Someone's paying.
The guy said, the mechanic says, I got to pay. And I said, no, I don't have to pay because I have Car Shield.
That's what he said.
That's right.
You know, why should be nice in general to mechanics?
I spun it back right on him. He wanted to get paid for his work. I'm saying, not from me, pal. They'll try to charge you, these guys.
Ow, it's not TV, not TV. It's those commercials that get me.
And why is the car mechanic feeling my prostate? Hey, we're Kindler, Weinstein in the afternoon. Comedy bits till 6 o'clock.
One-Sided War says, and has included a picture of the Riot Act album Master Plan, a 7-inch Riot Act disc, and a cassette. And it says, I know nothing about this band. I have a 7-inch and a cassette. Andy, is this the same band you mentioned on an episode way back? Had a late friend of yours? If so,
Yes.
would love to know more.
My friend Patrick McGreal died this week. I think he's exactly my age. But that doesn't, when someone your age passes, it doesn't seem more poignant.
Right.
When a pot smoker your age has a thing. I believe that is the Riot Act. I don't know, if it's 5. Do you know? There's no picture of what the thing looks like, right?
There is, yes. It's a black album with a sort of Uncle Sam-like figure on the cover.
Well, that doesn't ring a bell.
Called Master Plan.
That might not be the same. I'll have to look that up. That doesn't sound like a comedy group, does it?
No, this doesn't appear to be. This appears to be a music group.
No.
Oh, so the Riot Act was a comedy team.
Yes, that was Amy Rose.
You made it sound like it was a band.
I made it sound that way because I just assumed that you knew it was a comedy team because you've known me for a certain amount of years and I'm stupid.
No, I'm just joining in saying that I didn't get it either.
Right. There were a 5-person group and there were only 2 left. So it's that part is sad. And but they were very funny and they performed and that I met Amy Rose, who was very funny, who I dated for a while, and I met a lot of people through that association. And boy, am I to making this sad. All right, but you know what? I never knew that it's not crazy that there would be more than one Riot Act.
Riot Act! You can read me the Riot Act!
How come I don't know that song? I bet it's Elvis Costello.
It is. Michael O'Connor says, I often laugh out loud while listening to your show and walking my 1-year-old female Roddy named Ziggy. We just wanted to say thank you. There's a picture of Ziggy here. Yes, she is a good little girl. Yes, she is a good Roddy. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Greg Kelly says, I went into a bar for a beer and a sandwich for the first time in a year and a half. Felt very strange. I soon realized someone was loudly telling stories about Shelley Winters. Friends, believe me when I tell you, it was in fact James Mason.
Why am I listening as if it's a real story?
I don't know. Greg Kelly always does this to me. Oh, yes, I saw him at a bar. Oh, yes, I saw him at a county fair. Oh, yes. I'm a dead man, Greg Kelly. Can't you understand? You're having delusions about me, and you're spreading my name around town in a way I'm not happy with.
Boy, James, calm down. These are just bits.
I saw James Mason at a bowling alley. I saw James Mason kill a family of 4.
I saw James. I can't do it.
I saw James Mason strangle a hobo by the railroad tracks.
I saw James Mason jamming with Dave Mason.
There's only you and me, and we just disagree.
Is that who does that?
I think so.
Oh.
Someone I know worked with him. Thought he was a huge dick. Chaotic Neutral says, hey guys, I recently watched a John Witherspoon set from 86. That was funny, but didn't really have any jokes. He was all just charisma and energy. I've heard that called a sweat act before, but can't find anything on the interwebs about it. Is it hack or just lazy?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on in that question. I think that Johnny Witherspoon didn't have a lot of material, much like a lot of comedians. I mean, he had less. Okay, I thought he was funny, very funny, but I don't remember any of his bits being that funny. I just thought he was a funny person.
Right.
But Jeff Altman would be like Letterman had a lot of friends who were, I don't know if they had all amazing amounts of material, but they were basically very funny. Like Jeff Altman didn't write a lot of stuff, but he did write stuff. But Johnny Witherspoon, I don't remember, like Jeff Altman, I could point to 10 hilarious bits.
Right.
Very funny bits. I can't point to that with Johnny Witherspoon, but I didn't see him that much either.
Right.
Yeah,
I've never heard the phrase sweat act before. But
I'm going to stay away from that.
It's certainly descriptive, but, I don't know. I mean, I also think there was a generation of guys like John Witherspoon's age and, the sort of generation before us that none of, they were all doing only short sets. Like the concept of comics doing an hour didn't really come along until the late 70s and early 80s, and comedy clubs and headline, comics were mostly opening acts before that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, it was, and so having a persona and getting through 10 minutes at the Comedy Store or 15 minutes or whatever, it was like almost a different skill that had to be adapted.
Right. And Johnny, I think he's from the 70s.
Yeah.
Right?
He is.
So I don't even know that he never, I think he predates the comedy boom.
He does. And that's what I'm saying, is that the comics who predated the comedy boom didn't necessarily have.
I got confused.
Yeah.
I got confused. I see what you're saying. I got completely. Yeah, that is absolutely true. The way you said it was absolutely true. And I'm trying to think. Like, he got acting. He did a lot of acting, but I don't know when he started acting.
I think he started getting a lot of roles when like Robert Townsend and the Wayans started making stuff.
Yeah.
He had a lot of sort of homage roles, and I think he was like in Next Friday and those movies too.
Well, he was in the Wayans Brothers, which was just a terrible show, and they hated me because I would make fun of their show. And but I never held that against. He just always seemed like a good guy, Johnny Witherspoon. But I can't think of even movie roles. Was he in Hollywood Shuffle? All right, someone stop me. I think I'm getting spaced out.
He was in, I know he was in Boomerang.
I never saw Boomerang.
Eddie Murphy movie.
Oh, maybe no. I haven't seen a lot of movies, Josh.
I understand. By the way, do we want to do homework for next week?
Sure.
What do you want to do?
I don't have both of the. I don't have both answers. Give me a couple hours because I had seen unless it's something you can think of.
Why don't you watch that show? Watch Hacks and catch up with me. We'll talk about that.
Oh, that would be good. I'll do that.
All right.
Fantastic. Now why can't the homework be more like that normally? Like, I'll actually do that.
It can be.
How many episodes are there?
I think there might be 8, but you don't have to watch all of them.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it because Gene Smartler's very funny in it. But now you've seen it now, right?
I have, yeah. I'm cheating a little bit, but, I've got a hospice situation, so.
Yeah. And how is everything going in general? Is it remaining the same?
Hard to say. It's not, it's going.
Life is hard
It's
to
going
say.
the way a hospice situation goes.
Yeah. Every time you say that, it sounds like hostage. And I do giggle a little bit, even though I should.
This show is a hostage situation. The other thing is.
Well, it is for you.
Yeah.
It is for you. I'm having fun sometimes.
Thus the Stockholm Syndrome.
I don't think you're going to get any money for that settlement if you should try.
Which settlement?
You know what I mean? You're saying you suffer from Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. Now that F. Lee Bailey's dead.
What? Sorry.
9:20.
Why? How come the other guy didn't die early? Dershowitz. Why is he still? I mean, I know it sounds cruel, but why
He will. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
929 says, this made me need some sitar music underneath it. How many is 5? A handful. How high is the sky? Totally. If a tree fell alone, how'd it sound? Gnarly. All of those are terrible. What's a good one? Better Call Saul.
My God, is this a riddle?
I don't know if it's a riddle, it's a challenge, it's a affront.
I liked it, and it was kind of a haiku. Might have been a haiku.
Dan Wade says francium is the least electronegative element, but its most stable isotope, francium-223, only has a half-life of 22 minutes. What's your favorite isotope of francium?
Oh, francium-4.
Oh, really? See, I'm a 138 guy.
Have you ever seen the Marvel, the francium-4?
I have. It's a franchise they just can't get right.
We're good. Oh, we're good. Oh, we're good at this kind of comedy. Don't get us wrong.
Did you see the Francium 4 with the thing and the thing?
The thing and the thing. You see the thing with the thing? You see the thing with the...
Stephen L. Yates.
It's got the stretchy guy, and then there's the thing.
Yeah. Stephen L. Yates says, my Houston Astros cheated, so now I don't root for them. Has a team, band, movie maker, performer ever let you down to the point where you gave up on them? Oh, my, yes.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to watch Van Morrison now.
There you go. He's a letdown performer right there. Let's see. I'll start with team. I find myself rooting actually against the Clippers now, the LA Clippers, where I used to be a season ticket holder even.
Wow.
There's been several bands that have gone off the rails for sure. The first one that comes to mind, I was very into the Crash Test Dummies for a couple albums, their first 2 albums. And then they started making like actively bad albums. I was noticing, I thought the Fine Young Cannibals could have had a longer run.
Well, I put the Fine Young Cannibals as part of the other group that was, what was the first group that they were? They came from the English Beat, some of them are. So I see them as a long run, or maybe, She drives me crazy.
She drives me crazy. Ooh, ooh, like no one else.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
He drives me crazy. I can't help myself.
They were General Public is what it was.
Is that what they were?
Yeah, something like that.
Woody Allen, a movie maker I gave up on well before his controversy.
All right. Thank you. You don't want to give me all steamed.
Huh? No, this isn't about his behavior, though. This is about him making a year after year movies that weren't worth watching.
That's true, but he made so many great ones. And
He did. But I'm saying, the question is, has a performer ever let you down to the point where you gave up on them?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even think about it. Yeah, I got what you're saying. I say gotcha on that one.
All right.
I can't say anything about Woody Allen without it somehow bothering me. Not you. It bothers me. So.
Okay, well, if it helps, you made us both uncomfortable. So, Richard Cole says, have you ever been cut off at the bar? No, I never have.
I never have been. I just never had that side to me that would be, I could be out of control if I was, I could be too drunk, but not that often because I would normally get sick first.
I'm sure I have been served when it was irresponsible of the bartender to do so, but I wasn't behaving in a way that would cause them to cut me off.
Yeah. We're not those kind of people normally.
No. Duckman says, hey, was Crow T. Robot supposed to be a play on the name Craig T. Nelson? It's eating away at me, J. Elvis Weinstein. Hit me with the truth. No, there's no relation. It's just as likely to be Philo T. Farnsworth as Craig T. Nelson. But I think T might just be the. And I think it might be that he has a whole name because I added the Tom to Tom Servo.
Oh.
Because originally it was just Crow and Servo, and then as I was dicking around with the character, he became Tom Servo.
Oh wow, that's cool to remember the process.
Yeah, it was part of finding the voice. Was that name came out and it made Hodgson laugh, so we kept it. Eric says, I heard the discussion of free seafood on TS 182 and was hoping for Andy to ask, is it pricey? Seth Dick III says, did you see Rocket Man? It's the Elton John feel-good musical. It really reminded me of the Bee Gees' Sgt. Pepper film, watchable schlock. Parenthetically, Mama Dick III is in Rochester visiting her sister.
I don't believe that because this is no Mama Dick. I like that. I'm really pretend to be angry about it.
Yeah. I did see Rocket Man. I didn't think it was very good. I didn't think it had the B-movie fun of the Sgt. Pepper film to me. You know, because the Sgt. Pepper film wasn't pretending to be anyone real in the way that the Elton John thing had to be sort of faithful to the character Elton John still.
Wasn't it based on something that he was in favor of or something? Wasn't he kind of involved in it?
Yeah, he and Bernie Taupin were involved, and I think they liked it. But, you know, they were trying to not do a straight biopic.
Right.
But it's just, you know, any of these movies where I was talking about this with someone on Twitter, I think yesterday even, about biopics. And, you know, as soon as you're playing someone who's larger than life, you're making them smaller, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's worked every once in a while. I mean, the one that really got me angry was the one about Johnny Cash because they just made up so many. It was so untrue that they made his ex-wife look like a crazy lady, and so that's generally my problem is how untruthful they are.
Right.
Because I don't think you have to be that untruthful just to accomplish your goal.
Well, it depends what your goal is.
To tell the real story, like in other words, like
well, but that's your goal.
Didn't happen.
That's your goal. That's what I'm saying.
What would it be? Would someone's goal be?
Well, someone's goal would be to make a good movie with the best possible story.
But if you're making a story about someone, you shouldn't make up stuff. I think it's like talking about Danish films. I just don't when they fictionalized, but I guess they do it on a lot of different things. So they even tell you these characters were amalgamized.
The Thought Spiral Bracket. Have you seen any of this, by the way?
No. Is it for the
He's set up a
March Madness?
Yes, he set up a March Madness tournament of Thought Spiral items.
I've not seen any of it.
Well, go to the Thought Spiral. It's at is_it_spicy. The thoughts.
okay.
It's the Thought Spiral Bracket. And it's down to the finals now. So he says, hey, fellas, the fans have spoken, and we've whittled the top 64 Thought Spiral bits down to the top 2. It's Cotton Candy Grapes versus Is It Spicy? Voting will wrap up on Monday night.
Oh, my God.
Would each of you be so kind as to make a pitch for one of the finalists? You mean should we each take one, or I don't know. I don't have a horse in this, really, because, you know,
I like them both.
They're both my bits.
They're both your bits.
Is it spicy?
I don't think you can choose one over the other because it's almost like any bit you can get tired of, so you can't go by that.
Yeah, I mean, I think my preference is probably Is It Spicy because it was an experience of both of us. And it's me mocking Andy, as opposed to the Cotton Candy Grape lady, which is just an overheard.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you want to say the other one probably has more legs.
Yeah,
but not really, because the other one is a once in a lifetime meeting.
Yes.
The other one has a Tennessee Williams kind of feel to it.
Well, the other one came from a whole bunch of experiences. Once again, I've conglomerated a bunch of experiences into one to give you the biopic version of it.
Is there any of the stories that you would think like you wouldn't tell because they're maybe too spicy?
No, it's just regular spicy.
No, but I mean, some stories you go, okay, maybe kids shouldn't hear it. Then
No. It's just regular spicy story.
Okay, but I'm just saying spicy in the sense like a little bawdy. It could be bawdy.
Well, sure, yeah, but I don't think you could handle that either. So we'll get you the story etouffee.
Etouffee.
So I'm gonna go. Is it spicy? But for those of you who came for the cotton candy grapes,
You see, you can't compare bits because the cotton candy grapes is like a civilization that's dying. It's a civilization that's dying, and the last thing is that you can get good grapes.
that's what I'm here for. The Soylent Green.
Lady, the whole universe is going to be hit by an asteroid. Who cares about your fucking cotton candy grapes?
Well, we're out of tweets. It looks like
We're out of tweets.
every tweet that might be left hasn't been hashtagged. So sorry.
Yeah, and don't get upset about it either. If you would like to do this, if you'd like to support us this way, go there. Is there any ways that they can support us that we really need?
I would like you to put all of your support this week into a Michael DeBar Who Do You Want Me to Be DVD or Blu-ray disc for your collection.
Oh, really? Oh, I would like to get one of those.
I think you should.
Okay, I will. And do you have to have a special thing to play it?
No, you just spin it on your finger.
Oh, no, those are called what are those things that people were playing around with for like a couple of months?
The fidget spinner?
Yeah, no longer though, right?
No
longer. You know, I got my hand right over the end button.
Yeah.
So
you don't need a fidget spinner when you got something else to do with your hands, like.